The question says, express the products, express the products of 1.04 and what you call now 0.08 in the form a times 10 to the power what is there, where where 1 is less than a is less than 10, okay, and n an integer. Okay, so what does this mean now? It just simply means that we are going to give our answer in a standard form. That's what it means. You know where I keep telling you that your n is going to be an integer, and your integer can be what? A positive, or it's going to be a negative. Okay, this question has to fall under what we call multiplication. The next operation that we're talking about, which is multiplication, because the word product means multiplication. So this one falls under multiplication. So this simply means 1.04 times 0.08, and this is exactly what it means. And how do I solve this now? You know what to do. You know, we are not expected to use your calculator. So what do? You remove this point here and bring it to the back. From front to back is going to be what? Front to back is going to be negative. So I have it as 1, 2. I moved it twice. So I'm going to have 104 times 10 to the power what? Minus 2, front to back. So what next am I going to say? I'll say times. I'll say again 1, 2, front to back. So I have it as 8 times 10 to the power what? Minus 2. At this point, I can say 104 times 8 times, what do I have here now? I have it as 10 to the power minus 2 times 10 to the power minus 2. Be careful. Be careful with multiplication sign. Under multiplication sign, you're going to multiply out. But under addition, you're going to choose one of them that are the same and write. But for here, you're not going to choose one of them that are the same. Rather, you're going to write both of them. That is why I have 10 to the power minus 2 and 10 to the power what? Minus 2. So what do I have here now? I'll quickly say 104 times 8 is going to give me 832 times 10 to the power. 10 to the power what? I have this to be what? Minus 2. I'll say minus 2. Okay, because of times, I'll say plus what again now? Minus 2. And this is going to be 832 times 10 to the power minus 2 plus minus is going to give me minus, and this is minus 2. So what do I have last? Is going to be what now? 832 times 10 to the power what? Minus 4. But this is not going to be my final answer in a standard form. Remember, the rule of standard form says that the point must be after a number, and the number can be what? 1, 2, 3. It's not going to be after many number, because we know that the point is at the back, since we are not seeing it in between. So what do? What you are going to do is, since you are not seeing the point inside this place, you now know that the point is behind there. And if you want to move the point that is behind there to here, what do you do now? We have it as 1, 2. If you are moving from back to front, from back to front, what is it going to be? Your n is going to be what? Positive. So I'm going to have it as 8.32 times 10 to the power. How many times did we move? 1, 2. It's going to be 10 to the power 2. They will now say times 10 to the power what? Minus 4, which is the one that we have before. So when you combine both of them together, what do we have now? What do we have? I am going to have it as 8.32 times 10 to the power what? 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4. 10, 10, 2 minus 4. And 2 minus 4 is going to give me what? 8.32 times 10 to the power what? Minus 2. 2 minus 4 is going to give me minus 2. And this is going to be your final answer. This is the way you are going to express it in your exam. Okay, I have done addition. Then I told you that addition and subtraction are the same thing. So the way I explain addition is still the same thing like that of what? Subtraction. The rule of addition and subtraction is that both standard form must be the same thing before you add them. But for multiplication, you are going to multiply out, whereby you are going to apply what we call the law of indices, which says that when both of them are the same, you add the powers, since we have multiplication in between. Likewise, in division, you are going to apply the division law of indices, whereby both of them are the same, you are going to subtract their powers. So that is for division. So let's look at more examples under this now. Let's look at more examples. Before I go over to division, okay, let's do division first. Let's do division. So you were given something like this. You are asked, simplify, you're asked to simplify 0.3 times 10 raised to the power 5 divided by, so let's clean up this place to free up space, divided by 0.4 times 10 raised to the power 7. So this is the question that you are given, and you're expected to solve this without using calculator or four-figure table. The way it's being asked is you are to solve this question without using calculator or four-figure table. So how do you solve this question? Very simple. You just say 0.3 times 10 raised to the power 5. This is divided. I'll say divided by what? 0.4 times 10 raised to the power what? 7. Before you start solving now, what is the first thing that you need to do? If you want to solve this question now, please, you need to express those those numbers in standard form. You know, this is not a standard form. This is not a standard form, remember. How did I know that this is not a standard form? A standard form, the point does not come after 0. The point comes after a number. The number can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3. That is a standard form. But when you want to solve this question, you don't need to apply standard form of a thing. All you need to do is remove that point here, bring it to the back. How do I mean? Assuming, take note of this, pay attention to this, pay attention, please pay attention. Let me give you one more assumption before I continue with this. Assuming the equation comes up like 0.350, for instance, times 10 to the power 5, all over 0.4000 times 10 to the power 7. Assuming the question is like this, I want to show you something. Before you start solving, like I said, or as I said before, you must move this point to the back. You must move, not here, you must move it to the back. And whenever you're moving it from front to back, you know exactly what it's going to be. So likewise, you're going to move this point from front to back. So what do I say? Assuming I'm solving this question or I'm giving this question to solve, what will I say? From front to back is going to be what? Negative. Your n is going to be what? Negative. So I'm going to say, how many times am I going to move? 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to say 350 times 10 to the power what? Negative what? 3. Because from front to back is what? Negative. Okay, take note of that. Then I'll now say times 10 to the power 5 all over. Okay, from front to back again is going to be 400 times 10 to the power what? Minus 3. Okay, times 10 to the power what? 7. Just bear it in mind. See the way I'm doing it now. So this is how to solve it. So since you understood this idea, this is just an assumption. Since you understood this example, this is just an assumption. Let's apply it here. What am I going to do? Move this point to the back. So which is 3 times what? 3 times, you moved it once. It's going to be 10 times 10 to the power what? Minus 1. From front to back is minus. Your n is going to be minus. Times 10 to the power 5 all over. Move it again. It's going to be 4 times 10 to the power what? Minus 1 times 10 to the power what? 7. There are many ways to solve this, but for example purpose, assuming this is your physics, you can cancel out immediately. You can cancel out. But because this is mathematics and for example purpose, let's show this work in full. So what I'm going to do is I can just quickly say 3 times 10 to the power minus 1 plus 5. Why plus? 10, I chose one of the 10. Then I'll say minus 1 plus 5 all over 4 times 10 to the power minus 1 plus 7. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm going to say. Then I'll now ask myself, 3 divided by 4 is going to give me 3 divided by 4 is going to give me 0.75. I'll just say 0.75, okay, times minus 1 plus 6 is going to, minus 1 plus 5 is going to give me what? Minus 1 plus 5 plus 5. It's something I say 5 minus 1, which is what? 4. It's going to be 4 all over. Did I say, okay, wait, let me solve this. Sorry, let me do it this way so that you won't get confused. Let's say 3 over 4, okay, times, if you add up this power, it's going to be 10 to the power what? 10 to the power 4 all over. This is going to be times, and this is going to be 10 to the power what am I going to have here? The one below is going to be 10 to the power what? 6, because minus 1 plus 7 is going to give me 6. Then I can say 3 divided by 4. 3 divided by 4 is going to give me 0.75 times 10 raised to the power 4 minus 6. Why did I say 4 minus 6? I have 10 here, I have 10 here. I will choose one of the 10. Then I have power 4, which is the first one. Because of this division, I will say minus, and this is going to be 6. So I'm going to have it as 0.75 times 10 raised to the power what? 4 minus 6 is going to give me minus 2. And remember the rule of standard form. And what is the rule of the standard form that I said? That your point is not going to be after 0, rather after a number. So if you're moving from front to back, from front to back again, is going to be 7.5 times 10 raised to the power what? From front to back is going to be what? Is it going to be negative or positive? It's going to be what? Negative. I will say negative 1. So I said times 10 raised to the power what? Minus 2. So when I combine both of them, I'm going to have it as 7.5 times 10 raised to the power what? Minus 3. So this is going to be my final answer. This is what I'm going to get finally as my answer. This is very simple to solve. So that is it. So if you understood how to solve this now, you can basically solve all questions that are given to you to solve without calculator or four-figure table if you understood this now. Okay, let's see one more further examples. Let's see one more further example, one or two more examples before we just end it up or wrap it up. So let's see one or two more examples. So you are asked to simplify. You are to ask to simplify 0.0324 times 0.0064 all over 0.048 times 0.12 and give your answer in standard form and give in what? In standard form. So you have to give your answer in what? In standard form. And how do you give your answer in standard form? This is very simple to solve. So what am I going to do? Remember what I told you. Always remember what I told you. You are to move this point to the back. From front to back, I'm going to have it as 3, 2, 4. Remember, whenever you move it, all the 0 will go. So I'm going to have 3, 2, 4. Yeah, I'm not going to say 0, 0 because 0, 0, 1 is still something as 1. So that is why I'm not including this 0 in front of this 3, 2, 4. So I'll just say 3, 2, 4 times 10 raised to the power. So since we are moving from front to back, our power is going to be what? Negative. Remember, front to back. So how many times did I move? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll say minus 4 or negative 4. All right. So I'll now say times what? What do I have here again now? This is going to be 64. I hope you know why it's 64. Because all these zeros doesn't matter. It starts from a number. So I have to move again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be times 10 raised to the power minus 4 all over. Let's look at the one beneath. So what do I have again now? Move it to the back. I have it as 1, 2, 3. So I have it as 48. Remember, you pick from the numbers, not the zeros. 48 times 10 raised to the power what? Minus 3. All right. Times, I have it as 1, 2. I have it as 12 times 10 raised to the power what? Minus 2. So at this point, when you have something like this now, what are you going to do? That is very simple to solve. You know what to do now. You just pick your numbers together. You have it as 324 times 64. These are your two numbers. Times 10 raised to the power what? Minus 4. I'll say minus 4. Because of times, I'll say the other one is plus. I'll say plus minus 4. So all over what? All over what do I have here? All over, let's check all over what we're going to have here now. We're going to have it as 48 times 12 times 10 raised to the power what? 10 raised to the power what do we have? 48 times 12, all 9 numbers first. For the standard form, pick their powers together. Standard form, I'll put my 10. Pick their powers together, which is minus 3. Our advice is let's save time. Because we're saving time, we'll just say minus 3, minus 2, even though we know it's addition. That's what they taught you. And plus minus is going to give you minus. So let's do that here as well. So I have it as minus 4. I have minus 4. I have minus 4. I'll just say minus 4. So this is what I have here. So what do I have here? So what do I have here now? If I am to, before I multiply, if I'm to multiply 324 times 64 is going to give me what? Let's check our calculator. 324 times 64 is going to give me 2736. I have it as 2736 times 10 raised to the power. Minus 4 is going to give me what now? Minus 8. I'll just write here minus 8 all over what? Then I'll now say 48 times 12 is going to give me what? It's going to give me 576. I'll say 576 times what again now? Minus 3 minus 2. Minus 3 minus 2 is going to give me what now? Minus 5. 10 to the power minus 5. Please take note of this. This is actually the way they solve questions in physics under gravitational field, electric field, your standard form. If you have your standard form, this is the way you're going to apply or what you're going to apply. And that is why I'm taking my time to explain all these things now. Okay, so now let's look at this now. If I say 736 divided by 576 is going to give me what? It's going to give me 36. So I have divided these two numbers and I got 36. I'll write 36 times what I have here for the standard form. I'll pick one of them. I'll now say minus 8. Because of this division, I'll say minus. I'll now put my minus here, minus 5. And this is going to be what now? What is it going to be? Tell me exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be what now? 36. I'm going to have it as 36 times 10 to the power what? Minus 8. Minus is going to give me plus. So I have it as plus. So I can now say 36 times 10 to the power minus 8 plus 3. Minus 8 plus 3 is going to give me what? Minus 3 or negative 3 is going to give me negative 3, sorry. Let's call it negative 3. So that is going to give me negative 3. And remember the rule. What rule? The rule says that your points must be between and must be after a number. You will now see that we don't have a point after a number here. So it just simply means that we need to move the point from here to here. And moving from back to front is going to be what? Back to front is what? Positive. So I'm going to have it as, let me write it up here. I can have it as 3.6 times 10 to the power what? 1. Why did I use 1? Why did I say 1? The reason is because the point is at the back and you move it in between here and you only move it once. From back to front is positive. That's why I have positive here. How many times did I move it? Once. I have it as 1. So, okay, so I have it as times 10 to the power what? Minus 3. So this is going to be 3.6 times 10 to the power. 1 minus 3 is going to give me what now? Minus 2. And this is going to be my final answer to this question. Okay, let's consider one more question under the one that has, what if it has square roots? What if it has square roots? I have done multiplication, I have done addition, I've explained subtraction. I also did products, which is multiplication. Then let's consider if it has square roots. So how about if it has square roots? What do we do? Let's say the question has, you are given this question, they say, without using mathematical table or calculator, evaluate, you are asked to evaluate, you are to evaluate what? What are you going to evaluate? You are to evaluate, we have 0.18 times 12.5 divided by 0.05 times 0.2. This is the way you are asked, or this question you are asked to solve. First thing first, always remember the rule. What are you going to do first now? If you are to solve any question, whenever they say without using calculator or four-figure table, always remember to move this point to the back. Always remember that. So that's the first thing you are going to do. You just say 18 times, how many times from front to back? From front to back, the m is going to be negative. So I'm going to move it 1, 2. I'm going to have a time raised to the power minus 2. So from front to back as well, it's going to be what? Negative. So I'm going to have it as 125 times 10 to the power what? Minus 1. Minus 1 because I only moved it once. And it is from front to back. So all over, the same thing here, 1, 2, I'm going to have it as 5 times 10 to the power minus 2. Okay, times 2 times 10 to the power what? 1. I have it at minus 1. So let me just show you another way. I can easily cancel out. Instead of me to say subtract whatever, I can cancel out if it is possible. So let's cancel this one, cancel this one. It is also possible. Then let's cancel this one. It's going to give me 1. And let's cancel this one. It's going to give me 9. Then when I cancel this one, it's going to give me 1. And when I cancel this one, it's going to give me what? 25. So what I'm going to have here is, what I'm having here is I'm going to have what you call 9 times 25. And 9 times 25 is what? You know, this is something I'm saying 3 squared times 5 squared, whereby the square will cancel the square root. I have only 3 for the first number. The square will cancel square root. I have 5. And the final answer that we got is going to be what? 15. 15. But this 15 is not in standard form. How do we express this 15 to standard form? How we're going to express is this now. Let me ask you a question. Where is our point located? The point is not here. The point is what? At the back. You know, since I'm not seeing point in between the number, I will now assume that the point is behind. So since the point is behind, I need to move it to be after a number. Remember, after a number, the number can be 1, the number can be 2, it can be 3, and so on. And the number that we have here is 1. So if I move it, I'm going to have it as 1.5 times 10 raised to the power. 10 raised to the power, because I move it only once, and I move from back to front, and from back to front, is it going to be, your n, is it going to be positive or negative? It is going to be what? Positive. From back to front is going to be positive. I put it as 1, and this is going to be my final answer to solve. So, okay, that's all I have to say under that now. So, let me just give you one more example, or let me just show you one more example before we just wrap this session up. Let me give you one more example. I'll show you one more example. What if the question appears like this? What if we have something like 4.5 times 10 raised to the power times 10 raised to the power minus 2 all squared? So what if we have something like this? What do you do? Well, there are many ways to do this. You can decide to go remove this point. You know, normally now, if you want to solve it, always remove this point. It's going to be 45 times 10 raised to the power front to back is going to be minus 1. Always remember, front to back is always minus 1 times 10 raised to the power minus 2. Always remember, all squared. So this is going to be 45 times minus 1 minus 2 is going to be minus 3. Always remember, all squared. And since we have it squared, it's going to be 45 squared times 10 raised to the power minus 3 times 2. Both of them, both powers will multiply each other. So we have 45 squared is going to give me what? 45 squared, let's check. 45 squared is going to give me 2025. It's going to give me 2025 times 10 raised to the power. This is going to give me what now? Minus 6. But you know, this is not a standard form. You remember that I just said that this is not a standard form. And why is this not a standard form expression? The rule of standard form, or how to express standard form, says that it must be a number, not all the whole numbers. The number can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So what I'm going to do is, where is my point located? You know already, the point is located behind here. Since I'm not seeing any point in between the numbers, so since I'm not seeing any point inside here, I will now assume that the point is behind here. So let's move this point from here to where? To this point. I have it as 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to have it as 2.025 times, since I move from back to front, it's going to be what? Times 10 raised to the power what? Positive. Back to front is positive. So how many times did I move it? 1, 2, 3. I moved it 3 times. Remember? I'll just say 3 times 10 raised to the power 3. Then I'll now bring that I have times 10 raised to the power minus 6. So since I have this way, what next am I going to say? What next I'm going to say is, I'll just say 2.225 times 10 raised to the power what? Okay, what do I have here? And I'm going to have it as 3 minus 6. And 3 minus 6 is going to give me what? And I have it as 22.25 times 10 raised to the power. 3 minus 6 is going to give me what? Minus 3. And this is going to be my what? My final answer to this question. I hope you understood this very well. So if you really enjoyed this class and you understood everything that I did, and you are here to subscribe, please subscribe and click on the notification bell icon to know when I upload a new video. You can also share this video to your friends to learn as well from this now. Okay, I'm going to see you in the next one. Thank you.